My name is Ann Posher. Welcome to Funny You Should Mention It. And did you say that you wanted to learn more about Off-Cabot and the general manager who runs it? Well, funny you should mention it because my guest today is Zac Currier.
Hi, Ann. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you here. You've got a great backstory. I was going to ask you how you began on your upward climb to success, and I just found out something I didn't know. Would you like to tell us?
Sure. Well, I actually worked for BevCam for many, many years. Actually, two times. I worked for BevCam when I was in high school for a couple of years. I got into it because my brother Garrett, he also worked for BevCam, and I was looking for a job, and he got me some part-time work there. Doing mostly admin stuff, a lot of filing of tapes, old DV tapes, old 3/4-inch tapes, documenting, archiving, those types of things. And then actually after I graduated college, I went back to BevCam. They had a new location in the high school, in the new high school, and they were looking for an office manager. And I just graduated with a business degree, and I had a hobby in filmmaking and video production. So I jumped on the opportunity, got an interview, and got the job, and worked there for about 6 years.
Well, that's really exciting. And, I didn't know the high school was a new location.
Yeah, it's same location, new high school. They kind of shifted it. Yeah. It's not the high school I went to, but same place.
Was that Briscoe or am I?
Long time ago, Briscoe was the high school. Long time ago.
Okay.
Like my grandfather's time. But
yeah.
But no, it's been in that location since my parents went, and then I went, and I'm a third, fourth generation Beverlyite.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Do you know I am from Beverly?
Are you?
I lived here until I was 3 months old, and my mother wanted to raise me on the South Shore. So she took me away, and I returned. So, hi, everybody.
Well, welcome
I'm back.
Beverly missed you.
And I missed Beverly. So.
Well, I actually brought some stuff from my time at BevCam.
Let's
so as the administrative associate, I think they called me, I called myself the office manager. I thought it was a better sounding title. I had free reign of the credit card, and I was starting to make a lot of BevCam merch. So I brought a little bag here. Actually, we'll start with this one. This one I did not make, but this is an old BevCam logo from my original time back in high school.
Can I have a year-ish?
I was there 2005, 2006 time. That's when this logo would have been in play. But then when I joined, we started doing a little bit different, and I see you've got one of these on right now.
I'm wearing it in the spirit of the fun and community.
So we started having some fun with it. We started putting the logo on almost everything. And a couple of my favorite things, actually, Ann, I've got a shirt for you.
Woo!
This is one of the originals from when we did the rebranding.
I love it. Thank you so much.
That would have been 2016?
I love vintage.
Sometime 16, 17, I would say.
Thank you.
I've got some other old fun shirts and stuff, but here's some fun ones. Here's we did a koozie.
Ooh.
The little drink holder, a wireless speaker.
Nice.
Pretty much anything we could, we were putting our logo on. But I would say my favorite, and I think this might be the last one to even exist, if I can find it in here. Sorry, it's in here.
I needed something to wear.
I can't find it right now, but I'll show you this one. So the old executive director, his name was Walt, and we loved Walt. He was the best and everything.
With a K last name?
Walt Kosmowski was his name, correct. And for his birthdays, for any sort of celebration of Walt, we would put his face on a T-shirt.
Oh.
So we'd find a photo of him and put it on a shirt. And this was for his his going away, his
that's
when he retired. It's a little it's a little old now. I think we made these ones ourselves with iron-on transfers, but this just shows kind of like what the culture was and all the fun we were having back then.
It's important to have fun.
Here, I'll show you a couple more things, then we'll move on. So one of my favorite things about here was what I was looking for before, and I think this is still only the only one left, a BevCam branded Bic lighter.
Ooh.
So one of my favorite things about working at BevCam were the producers, because they were always wild people. I mean, you're one of the producers here right now.
Yeah.
So they were always a lot of them were artists and everything. One of them, his name was Peter Stewart, and he looked like Santa Claus, and he used to draw watercolors for everyone. And this is one he made for me when I was working at the front desk at BevCam. So he called me Zac Man.
Oh, wow.
And you got the logo at the bottom, and this button right here, that was the button that would open the door. So that was my power. People would come to the door, ring the bell, and I could hit that button and open the door for people.
I love that.
So I wanted to show that off. And then we had another producer. His name was Tony Ziegler. He was also an artist. This doesn't have anything to do with me, but he gifted this to me. This is his painting called Santa with Open Mouth Child.
Oh, wow.
And it's been hanging in my living room for probably almost a decade.
It's beautiful. Thank you for bringing it.
I thought you might appreciate this.
I do. Do you know I actually am an artist?
Oh, yeah?
I was.
What's your medium?
Acrylics, mostly. And I loved going to art supplies wholesale.
Yeah. I love that
experimenting. And I was really good for a while. But if I do comedy, I don't have to go buy supplies.
That's true. Comedy's free. That's a free art form.
Kind of, yeah.
Here, I'll show you this last thing. So this is something Walt gave me. He would do Hannah Awards every year.
Okay.
And I got a Hannah Award in 2017 for drone creativity for my show called Getting High with BevCam, my drone show. Yeah. So yeah, I had a really fun time working at BevCam.
It's a fun place.
About 6 years. And then I got the opportunity at Off-Cabot. A friend of mine was looking at job postings, and I'd been to Off-Cabot a couple times, and she said, "Hey, aren't you kind of looking for a new direction?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, you know that comedy club we went to a couple times? I think I saw Chris Kattan. I think I saw Michael Ian Black, a couple other, pretty big names down there." So they were looking for kind of front of house people to help out during shows, house manager type things. So I sent in my application, sent in a resume and everything. And the next day they called me and they said, "You want to come down and shadow a show?" Shadowed a show. And the next day after that, I had the job.
Well, I can see why.
So it was a very, very fast process and everything. And I was working kind of front of house for a couple months. They promoted me to assistant general manager. And maybe a year and a half later, I was general manager.
That's really great.
Yeah, so really built the ranks. And I really love the staff I have and the culture we've kind of curated there. And I love the guests and the performers and everything. You're one of them. I get to see you every month.
You do. And I love to see you too.
Great. Yeah, we get a lot of positive feedback from our open mic.
Actually, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah? How does it compare to the other open mics you do?
It's the only one I want to go to.
Great. That's what I like to hear.
I mean, I've done booked mics other places, but it's the only open mic I go to.
Great.
Well, the stage is fantastic.
The stage, the lighting, just the vibe
lighting
of the place.
Well, the colors really look good on me. All the purples, the magentas.
I think it looks great.
I think it's a great place to do comedy.
I had never planned to do any stand-up even when I got the job and everything. I was just a comedy fan.
Oh, okay.
I was never anyone that was looking to do stand-up. I was like telling jokes or being funny, but it was never anything that crossed my mind getting on stage. But it wasn't until one of those first open mics that I was watching and I thought to myself, "Oh, I could do that."
I think I was there.
What, my first one?
Yeah.
Probably were, because
Well,
it was the only time I've done it is
I
at
think I
Off-Cabot.
went to the first open mic. That started when you were there, correct?
I don't think so, because I think Troy was already hosting it before I got there.
All right. Well,
I do know they had it at the Cabot for a while on Street Side.
Oh well, yeah. I used to go to that. Yeah, but
I had gone to that one a couple times too.
all right. Well, I've gotten my years and my hours and my minutes and my days all mixed
No,
up.
no problem. So do I.
But it's
But
like,
I think it was going when I started there. It was already a monthly thing, but it's only grown since then. So
well, it's always a pleasure to hear you.
thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm that funny, but some people tend to.
Well, we're gonna get to hear you
Oh, I brought along a few
little
jokes.
later. Well,
We'll go through some stuff.
yeah. Do you know I never meant to do comedy either for a while?
What made you start?
Everybody just kept begging me to do it.
Really?
And when I went to college, I didn't really like my major. I knew I wasn't doing the right thing. And I went to the Career Center, took a written test that took at least an hour to do. And when I got the results back, it said that I was meant to be a stand-up comedian. And I looked at it and I said, oh my God, I'm doomed. Because, first of all, it was 1980, 81. To me, a comedian was somebody I saw on a Johnny Carson.
Right, on a late show, yeah.
You know, I didn't have a clue. When I was a child, I loved being funny, but it never occurred to me to do it on a stage. It was more like just make people laugh around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I said, that's got to be wrong when I took the test. And I said, I'm going to take it again in 2 months. I'm going to try to answer some of the questions differently. And I'm going to see what I'm really meant to do. So I took the test, and it came out a second time. Stand-up comedian.
I guess it's destiny.
And I ignored it. And every time I went out for coffee with people, went on a date, met friends, you should be a stand-up comedian. You should be a stand-up comedian. Why are people saying this to me? And one day in my early 30s, I just said a few jokes out into the air. There were some people there. They said, we're doing a talent show at this church I was going to. You need to do stand-up comedy. I said, okay. I did it. I blew the house down. People literally fell off their chairs onto the floor.
That's great. Did you have prepared jokes? Did you just
I wrote
kind of quickly?
I wrote a set, but the jokes were kind of weird. And I said, I don't know how to write more sets. So that was maybe a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did say, ooh, I just got the chills. I see you being on television. Well, it's true. I'm on BevCam.
You are on television.
But I didn't do it again for years. And then when I was 56, I was visiting a friend in Baltimore. She said, would you do an open mic? I said, yes. I sat down and I wrote a set, something I didn't know I could do. I didn't know there were classes that I could take.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, were there classes back then? But it's something that I've just been doing and doing and doing. And should I tell people how old I am? But when I hit 60 years old, I finally got comfortable with it, and I'm really interested.
Yeah, and I think you're doing a great job. So how do you write? Do you sit down and write a set?
Yeah, I
Interesting.
you'd be surprised how fast the jokes come out.
Wow.
I wrote.
I can never write that way.
I actually did a television appearance in New Bedford. I wrote a whole new set for it in Dunkin' Donuts. It took me, I think, 10, 15 minutes, and the whole thing was written. And I said, wow, that's the best thing I've ever written. I don't struggle writing jokes. They just come out.
That's incredible. So where are you pulling from? Just life experiences or just things you've seen? Where are these jokes coming from?
My process sometimes surprises me. Sometimes they just come out of thin air, but sometimes life experiences, like the set I just did, what was it, 2 Thursdays ago?
Mm-hmm.
I said that sometimes doing stand-up comedy reminds me of a one-night stand because people ask me when I'm going to be performing, and I say, oh, Thursday at Off-Cabot. I'm coming. I'm coming. I thought of that in the neighborhood bar, the Indo, because that kept happening to me there.
I love it.
I would talk to people. They'd say, what do you do? I do stand-up comedy. Oh, when are you performing next? Thursday night. I'm coming. I'm going to come. And then I never see them again. And it wrote itself. I hope that doesn't demystify the process.
No, not at all. I mean, it's similar to me. I mean, I can't sit down and write. I never think to myself, okay, I need jokes. Let me sit down and write a set or something. My jokes come every day at any minute, at any hour. Just
you got to be prepared.
Yeah, I'm just watching TV, or I overhear someone say something, and it's just a funny word or a pun or something like that, and then all of a sudden in my head, I'm building a joke, and like, oh, I can use that. But my jokes are, mine, just short, one-liner, dumb puns. Like they're not. I don't tell stories. I don't have.
Well, some people prefer that.
Yeah, well, it's not everyone's style for sure. What I like about it is if one falls flat, I can just move on and just go into the next one. Because nothing's worse than telling a 90-second joke and you get down to the punchline and no one laughs and you've just wasted half your time on stage.
Yeah, that's fun. That's always fun. What surprises me is sometimes I ad lib and I get the biggest laugh.
Yeah.
From the ad lib.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because I'm naturally funny.
I think so too, yeah.
And it's relaxing when you're just being yourself.
Absolutely. And that's what I see in you, and that's what I've been told too, is just the level of confidence. You see a lot of people get up there and I don't blame them or anything, but you can tell they're nervous or you're rushing through their set or something.
Yeah.
But just to be able to get up there and be comfortable and have the confidence and just be like, whatever, because what does it all matter?
Yeah.
It's just, we're all there to have fun. People want to laugh. You want to make them laugh. So have fun with it.
Yeah, in a way, what's better than making people laugh?
Yeah.
So I don't know if this question is funny or not, but I was going to ask you, is there a hyphen between Off and Cabot?
No, there's
officially? Now, why have I been always putting it in there?
I don't know.
On my social media?
I don't know.
All right, so there's no hyphen between Off and Cabot.
There is no hyphen, 2 words.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know where the name came from. Obviously, that we have the Cabot Theater.
Like off-Broadway.
And they thought off-Broadway and Wallace Street is just off-Cabot. But I will say it causes a lot of confusion with the 2 venues. Because they both have
they
Cabot
went to
in
the
the
wrong
name.
one.
Right, yeah. So we still have people going to the theater when they mean to come to us, or us meaning to go to the theater. So, and then we have the Larkham next door, which adds even more confusion. So,
well, that's how a lot of people find the Off-Cabot Theater. I was going to the Larkham, and it was a different venue, but I walked in, and that started a new thing in my life.
Yeah, we're about 4 years now, 4 years into it. And I mean, we're definitely seeing it more and more. And I've seen it in my 3 years with Off-Cabot as people are more and more coming and knowing where we are and word of mouth is getting out there. So it's working. It's a slow process, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm surprised sometimes when I tell people about, I never heard of it. So I've brought a lot of people there for the first time.
That's great. I love that. Well, one of my favorite things to do is when I get up on stage to introduce the night is ask how many people is this your first time here? And more often than not, it's half the crowd.
Yeah.
They have never been there before.
Well, that's a great thing. It's like a world-class venue, would you call it? Like,
Sure. Yeah. I'd like to think so.
what are some of the joys of being a general manager?
What I love is my job is every weekend I get to host a party, and everyone's coming to my space to have fun.
Yeah.
And have a drink, be entertained and everything. And just that aura, that vibe that of everyone coming in and just wanting, the joy and everything of the night. I think that's one of the greatest things about it is I get to see the smiles on everyone's faces. I get to be the one that makes their Friday night. They come into my club and they have a great time.
Would you call it primarily a comedy club or?
Well, not so much these days. We're doing a lot more than just comedy. When I started, it was definitely comedy every Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Those were the comedy nights. And then maybe Thursdays and Sundays, we'd have music or a burlesque show, a drag show. We do bingo nights, pretty much anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Private rentals we do.
Yeah.
We've started this huge improv program. We've got three different improv levels.
I go to the Jam and Jelly.
Awesome. Yeah. So we've got monthly things. It's really, really grown. So I would say now we're probably 50% comedy club, 50% music and other.
Yeah. But it still has a name as a comedy club?
Yeah. Well, our title is Off-Cabot, Comedy, Music, and More.
Oh.
So comedy's still in the name, and it's the first thing listed. So I still consider it first a comedy club and then, an event venue. Who
are some of the greats you've entertained?
Some of the comedians?
Yeah.
Bobcat Goldthwait is a huge one that I couldn't believe that. He's actually been there a couple times, I think. We've had Michael Ian Black a few times. Tim Meadows was there. He sold out 4 shows in a weekend. Like some pretty big names. What I find is we get a lot of SNL alum.
Yeah.
A lot of younger SNLs and then old, like people that were on SNL like in the 90s. We get some of them. We got Brian Posehn coming in the fall. Todd Glass is showing up. One time Eugene Merman did a drop-in. I couldn't believe that Eugene Merman was just in the area, and I forget which comedian he knew, but the comedian came up and he's like, "Hey, would you mind if Eugene Merman came in and did a few minutes?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, that's cool. That's definitely cool." And so it's moments like that make the job just incredible. Like you never know who you're gonna meet, or these stand-ups will tell you these stories about these famous people, and like. It's wild to just be like 1 degree of separation away from somebody like Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, that's really true.
Yeah.
And for music, who have you been excited that's been there? Or I mean, all of them, I'm sure. But
yeah, no, we host a lot of local. We really, really try to highlight local bands. We were doing some kind of tribute stuff for a bit. We had like a David Bowie band recently, a Cure cover band. We have a Dave Matthews one next week. But we love to highlight local stuff. Actually, Chris Harvey, his band will be playing Froggy and the Friendship. Will be playing there soon. Yeah.
I'm going to come.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
But yeah, the music is great there. Yeah, a lot of local guys, a lot of guys I'm friends with too. I went to high school with, get to play there, and it's nice to be able to offer them that kind of venue, And it's not the biggest place, but it's a place to play, and it's a fun spot.
It's magical. It's a magical space.
And every time people walk in there, they go, "Wow, I didn't realize it was going to be this nice." I don't know how to take that. Is that a compliment, or is that like, "Oh, your place looks like crap from the outside," but.
Well, they don't expect maybe there's a simple elegance to it.
I agree. And it's just this unassuming door on a one-way street in Beverly, and you walk in and it's this beautiful club. 9 Wallace Street in Beverly.
Yes. Well, are you still doing the burlesque?
We do, yeah.
Are you still doing the open
I'm
stage?
not. I'm not personally doing
Yeah.
the burlesque. Don't. We are hosting burlesque. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, it's colloquial
Yeah.
expression.
We had one a couple weeks ago, and I think we have one in a couple weeks.
Is there still the open stage?
We haven't done that one in a few months. That one wasn't as popular as we thought. Yeah.
Because
You were thinking about doing it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's on my bucket list.
Okay. Well, I'll tell them to bring it back then.
Well, yes. The hard part was, well, you have to apply for it, and they want to know what I was wearing. What I'm wearing? I haven't found an outfit yet. How do you find a burlesque outfit when you're 67 years old, you know?
I wouldn't know, Ann.
I don't know either. But I'm working on it, and if it doesn't happen, maybe I'll rent the space.
Sure. Yeah, you can always rent the space. Email me.
One woman show. But and do you do the shows, or do you book the shows through intuition, or what is the process?
So I'm not the booker.
Okay.
I don't bring in the shows. I run the space.
Okay.
I work with a comedy booker, and I work with a booker that brings in the music and the what we call the alternative program. There's the comedy and the alternative programming. So I have two bookers that work with me to bring the stuff in.
Okay.
And then I work with them to make sure they've got everything they need, and we run the room and sell the tickets.
And is it a romantic feeling position? Like,
Sure, yeah. I love my staff too. We're really, really small staff. There's 7 of us total that run that whole place. So I have 2 house managers, and then I have 4 bartenders, a bar manager and 3 bartenders. And people are always amazed that we're able to kind of run this whole space and, you know, all these people through the room with such a small staff. But
yeah, you make it look easy.
we do.
And it's homey, and it's a great feeling, and your bartenders are wonderful.
Yeah,
and
we've got a great bar program.
Your staff is wonderful.
Thank you, yeah. And they all just know to have fun with it, you know? Don't get too serious about it. You know, buckle down when we have to, but it's a club. It's an event venue. People are here to have fun, so don't get too serious about it. Enjoy it, and you'll have a much better time. Everyone will.
Okay, I have a question here. Would you say the business and art of comedy is more alive than ever?
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe for better or for worse, though, especially with social media and things, and everyone can get their voice out there sometimes, and maybe not always for the best.
Yeah.
And there can be really popular people that aren't that funny, or, you know, maybe aren't saying the best things. But today's, with people's attention spans and everything, it's just more and more and more. There's just a lot in your face these days.
Yeah.
And with so much coming at you, it's hard to filter out what's good and what's bad. But the best we can do is put the most good as we can, and hopefully it overcomes the bad.
Well, when I write a set, I think to myself, would I want to listen to this? And
yeah, I write exactly the same way. So almost to a fault, though, I write things that I think are funny, not necessarily that other people are going to think are funny. But
I can't wait to hear your jokes.
They're not good, but we can go through a couple if you want.
Well, you know, don't you think sometimes the delivery makes a joke good?
I agree. So something I started doing recently, I've probably done the open mics maybe a dozen times. I've probably gone up on stage 12 times total. And it's always been a fun time. I've always enjoyed it and everything, but I think I'm getting a little bit better each time. But one thing I started to do, which I notice is really getting laughs, is between my jokes say things like, well, that was funny. Or, these are good jokes. Like, I like to say that to the audience, like, wow, you guys are getting some good jokes here.
Well, we all have our styles, and I've seen comedians say, I wish you would have laughed at that.
Right,
or,
yeah.
you know, everybody's got...
Well, it's almost like the Jim Gaffigan thing. You know how he does the voice of the audience member? Like, he'll tell a joke and then be like, oh, I don't know how I feel, but like he'll do this kind of audience member voice. And it's funny because you're putting your mind into their mind, looking at your mind. So it's like this whole cyclical thing that I think is funny, and it just kind of compounds to the joke. Like the joke's already funny, and then you're telling them how they should be reacting, and
Yeah.
I find that really funny.
Yeah, it's still a process. I'm still learning what my voice is.
Sure.
I mean, I do have a voice, but do I want more of a voice or just deliver it the way I'm comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
I grew up watching Joan Rivers, Phyllis Diller, and
Sure.
I find myself admiring them more and more.
Would you say those are kind of like your influences on your comedy?
They must be.
Yeah.
Because even though they're old-fashioned, like Phyllis Diller insults her hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote a bunch of jokes insulting my hair.
Great.
But I didn't do them when I was on stage. They were part of my set, but we get 4 minutes, and I went plenty. And so nobody got to hear me insult my hair.
Okay, yeah.
You have to hang around with me then to hear me insult my hair.
Sure.
For real. But do you have a mission statement? Or is it, or no, just have fun?
Yeah, you mean personally, or does Off-Cabot have a
Does
mission?
Off-Cabot.
They might, the Cabot might have something written.
Well, the Cabot does.
But us personally, not that I know of. I mean, I like just have fun, you know?
Yeah, why would
Yeah.
a comedy club have a mission statement?
I would say have fun and succeed.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's
I was looking for questions. I wanted to come off as intellectual.
No, I'd love it.
But, you know, questions are good even if you're like, that's a terrible question. Yeah. I mean, there's no such thing as, if there's no such thing as bad publicity, that's what people used to say. There's no such thing as a bad joke.
They're definitely bad jokes.
All right. Then I was lying. Yeah, so would you like to do some of your jokes now?
Sure. I'd like this more to be kind of like a workshopping thing than like a stand-up set. These are some that, here's a couple that I wrote kind of recently. And I've never told on stage before, but I want to you're the first one that's going to hear these. And I want to get your initial impression to these, okay? An unwashed baseball player has foul balls.
I like it.
Okay, that's something, right?
It's really good.
It's a good joke.
Yeah.
My friend said he doesn't like the comedy of Tim Allen. I said, huh?
Oh, great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, home improvement. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good example of what my jokes are. Like just that dumb one shot, you know, if you don't laugh, I don't care because I'm laughing kind of joke. But then I got some, I like puns. My barber has a low perm count.
That is good.
Yeah, you come up with a word and come up with a word that rhymes with it, and then put that rhyme into a statement or a sentence or a phrase, and see if it works. See if it makes it funny. I don't know. Is it the funniest thing in the world? No. But does it make me laugh? Of course it makes me laugh.
So far, they all hit.
Yeah. Okay, I really like dumb ones. Like someone called me level-headed, so I bounced a glass of water. Like,
Yeah.
I also tell very unoffending jokes. You know, I'm never going to tell anything that's political or, you know, comments on society, anything like that. They're always just going to be dumb. And I like it that way. Just be playful with it. And
Isn't that what Stephen Wright did, though?
yeah,
And
I spilled spot remover on my dog. Now he's gone.
yeah.
Like that's a classic Stephen Wright joke. Like I would say Stephen Wright. I mean, I hate to say Mitch Hedberg because he's, you know, one of the greatest comedians ever. But I mean, that's definitely where I get some of my style. The first time I saw Josh Day perform, I was like, holy shit, this is my style of comedy. Like this is exactly what I do. And him and I have workshopped so many jokes together and discussed our styles. And yeah, he's probably the person that I've seen the most similarly aligned with my style that I've met personally. But I'd say my biggest influence is, he's not so much a comedian, but he's a comedy writer. His name is Harris Whittles. He wrote for Parks and Rec.
Oh.
And he wrote for Comedy Bang Bang, a lot of these kind of like alternative comedy shows, and was on a lot of podcasts and things. But he tells very, very similar jokes to mine, where he'll just write things down that he experiences during his day, and they're just kind of humorous to him, and they're not necessarily jokes.
Well, that's kind of what I'd like to learn how to do.
Just when it comes to back pain, I can take it or leave it.
Right. That's good.
They'll make you chuckle.
Yeah.
They're not going to be rolling on the floor laughing, but it works for me. And especially when you only got 4 minutes, I can pack 40 jokes into 4 minutes. So
it's longer than it seems.
Oh yeah, when you get up,
think.
Yeah, when you get up on that stage, and you're just kind of waiting for the 3-minute bell. Like, where is that bell? Like, it feels like it's already been 3 minutes. But no, you're right. Time really does slow down when you get up on that stage.
You can pack a lot into 4 minutes.
All right, here's one that I did tell, I think at the last open mic, and it did not land at all. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on this joke. This is actually kind of like a longer joke, like a 3-parter. It's rare for me to write something in a song. So I recently adopted 3 dogs. The first dog I named Tonight. So when I yell, I could yell, "Get down tonight."
I like it.
Okay. The second dog I named Like It's Hot. So I could yell, "Drop it like it's hot."
That's good.
It's getting worse, right? The third one, and the last dog, I named It Like a Polaroid Picture. So I could get down and say, "Shake it like a Polaroid picture." Shake it.
No, it's good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. I'm going for not laughs. I'm going for people to go, "That's good. That's funny." Or groans. I've always said, I'm not going for the laughs. I'm going for the groans. I want to tell a joke, and in the audience I just hear, because that's when I know I've done my job.
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes people might be just tired by the end of the night.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Like
typically do go last, but
if you went on at the beginning.
You think I'd get more laughs?
Yes.
Maybe I'll try that. Although, on my birthday a couple weeks ago, on Josh's show, he let me do 2 minutes towards the start of the show, and it went really well.
I wish I had been there.
Yeah, no problem. I actually got my first applause break.
All right.
And only in a 2-minute set, too, so.
Wow, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I think there were 7 or 8 comedians on that showcase.
Well, what advice do you have for comedians, even for me?
Have fun with it. Always be writing. Keep what I do is I just keep a note thing in my phone, and this is just years and years and years and years of just observations, not even jokes. I wouldn't even call them jokes. Well,
that's what I have too, but now I have to change my phone.
Well, you better back it up or something, or take screenshots or download it somehow.
All right.
Like, you want to save all those. That happened to me a few years ago. I had my notes list, and I don't know what happened, but I accidentally deleted it, and it was devastating.
Yeah.
But, you got to slowly build it back up and try to remember what you can and everything.
I lost my first set that was on a different phone.
Yeah.
But the first set, the one I did in Baltimore, really hit.
Very good, yeah.
But I don't have it. But humor also has changed since I did the jokes.
Yeah, and I would also, the advice I would give to anyone who doesn't do comedy and that wants to try it is just try it.
Yeah.
Like, come down to the open mic.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it. You don't have to do the 4 minutes. You just get up to 4 minutes. So if you want to get up there and tell one joke, that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, you're never going to do it unless you try it for that first time. And the best place to do it is Off-Cabot, because it's the most supportive comedians, the most supportive staff.
Actually, it is. And I've made some friends there.
And the big difference too is, and I'm not putting down any other open mics, is we're just the venue. We're not also a restaurant. We're not also a bar.
Yeah.
Everyone is there to watch the open mic.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there are open mics, but it's at a restaurant, and you got a bunch of other people. They're eating. You're in some corner somewhere, telling your jokes. No one's paying attention. So at least here, everyone is at Off-Cabot to watch you, to watch, the whole thing. So I think it's just a little bit different vibe, a little bit different environment.
And the audience is supportive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the best thing. You get off stage and, multiple people as you're walking back to your seat will be like, that was great, or love it. Yeah.
Some nights the audience really packs it in.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's another thing I see is when I first started, sure, we would fill up the list and everything. I think we take 25 signups.
Yeah.
And everyone gets 4 minutes. And at first, the list was signing up, but it was just the comedians. They'd come in and they'd do their set and maybe hang out around for a bit and then leave. So then by the end of it, there's not many people left in that room for the last few comedians.
Yeah.
What I've been noticing in the last year or so is more than half the people in the room are there just to watch. Because, it's a cheap night of comedy. You get a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different people. You don't have to stay to the end if you don't want to. You're not like waiting for a headline or anything. But yeah, I'm seeing more and more the audience is growing bigger than the people there to perform.
If you want to see some really excellent comedy, you will hear it during the open mic.
That's what I love too, is you get all different varieties of comedy and all different levels. You get people just starting out, and then you get people that are working on their set that they're going to perform tomorrow, like on a showcase or something.
Yeah, there are people who come just to be in the audience.
Yeah.
I went to a show at Giggles and for the first time last summer, and there was a couple there, and they said, "Hi, Annie." So
you're starting to be recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the same thing, not necessarily from stand-up, but just from being the general manager of Off-Cabot.
Yeah.
I'll be at local restaurants or something, or down at Lucky Dog, one of my favorite bars, and people come up to me like, "Aren't you that guy from Off-Cabot?" Because they saw me on stage do the announcements before a show or something, or they'll see me behind the bar, or they'll see me around. So it's a fun local organization to be part of, because this is my hometown. I grew up here. I love Beverly, and just to be like a recognizable, figure of Beverly running one of their venues is a dream come true. Like, I get to be a Beverly guy.
Right. And I love it when people drive down the street and they yell, "Hey, Annie."
Yeah.
Like,
I've been getting that my whole life, because I grew up
you?
on Cabot Street, and now I live downtown and everything. I'm always walking around. I get beeps on. I stopped looking. I just wave.
Well, I think not bad for a 67. Well, I keep saying 67. I haven't had my 67th birthday.
Oh, well then.
Yet,
I'm
not going to rush it.
Yeah, don't rush it.
Yeah, I'm 66, or as they say, sexy six.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Should open your set with that this month.
There is one.
Oh, good.
Actually, I did, but that's the one I wrote for, it was called the Paul Santos Live Show. And I said, I don't think of myself as old. I think of myself as sexy six. And next year, even the kids are excited, because I'm going to be 6'7", 6'7". The kids don't like that joke, but I do.
Yeah, I think it's become more the adults think it's funny than the kids these days.
Well, I just took it to make fun of it.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I wanted to do is I want to scroll all the way up in my jokes and see what the first joke I wrote is, or at least the first joke in this list is. Actually, this is one I do still tell. What's a surfer bro's favorite kind of hummus? Sabra.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that's a good one, right?
Yeah. I just heard a laugh.
Yeah, I did hear a laugh from back there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave you with this one. It's not funny. I saw this bizarre Matt Damon Scarlett Johansson movie recently. It had a lot of animals and took place in Poland during World War II. It was called We Bought a Zookeeper's Wife.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you have to be aware.
You have to know what the reference is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
What is the original movie that you're?
Well, there's The Zookeeper's Wife and there's We Bought a Zoo.
Oh, okay.
Are two movies, yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, I guess you would have to know both those to really to get the whole joke fully.
Yeah.
But that's the risk you take, you know. You make these references to things that I know and I think are funny, but not everyone else is going to.
Oh well, I have to tell you I wrote a set that I thought was brilliant. I think it was 3 years ago, and I didn't realize that a lot of people didn't understand what I was talking about. And that's when I learned, keep it simple.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Yeah, nothing's worse than coming up with something that you think is really going to kill, and you get up there and it falls flat. That's been happening with my impressions. I've been trying out impressions lately, and they don't go over as good as I think they will. My most recent one is... this is my impression. Can I borrow your notepad here?
Please.
This is my impression of an improv artist that also works as a waiter. So their main job is a waiter, but they also perform improv.
Okay.
Yes, and?
Oh, yeah. That I get.
Yeah. So.
Well, I learned that one the hard way.
Yeah?
I didn't do the yes and.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to do improv.
I didn't know.
Yes, and.
But I learned it.
Yep.
So that's great for all us improvers and people.
That's one I haven't tried yet. I've done the stand-up. Maybe the next thing I'll try is the improv. Maybe I'll go to the jam.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll see you there then.
You will. And I'm bringing a lot of people I know want to go there because they know I have a good time there. So
great. Well, spread the word. Off-Cabot's there, and
it's a treasure.
Come to a show. Yeah.
It's a treasure. It's a treasure of everything that makes life poetic and funny and beautiful and rich and lavish.
I love it.
And elegant.
And it's a spot to express yourself and your art.
And they have good pizza.
Yeah, we do have pizza, pretzels, chips and candy. Yeah, our little bar concession stand there.
And I love my my gin and tonic.
Great. Well, we make them good. We make them extra good.
Definitely. So, is there anything you want to? Well, you just wrapped up with the last joke, but
yeah, I think we'll leave it at that one.
But we can.
But if you want to hear more, come to Off-Cabot on last Thursday of the month. We're doing open mic. Come on down and try.
Yeah, let us entertain you. I hope I'm not taking a copyright when I say that. It's kind of a song, but it's also true. Let us entertain you.
Wonderful.
So, thank you for watching Funny You Should Mention It. And my guest, Zac Currier, GM of Off-Cabot. See you next time.
Thanks.